The clock strikes 12 with a broken chime, like it's counting down borrowed time. The wind drags knives across the sky, and the stars refuse to testify. Somewhere distant a dog won't bark, like even sound is afraid of the dark. And the night leans in, slow and tight, waiting for vengeance at midnight. This ghost town place, with fire still burning behind my face. Same old streets, same crooked signs, but nothing here remembers mine. The saloon door hangs like a jaw half dead, swinging slow with words unsaid. And every step on the wooden floor feels like it's been stepped on before. They all stopped when I crossed inside, like the past had just arrived. No greeting spoke, no eyes met mine, just silence drawn in a straight line. I didn't come here to pray or plead, I came for the dead they refuse to bleed. And every breath that I take tonight is one more step toward the fight. It's vengeance at midnight, cold and clean, where the truth cuts sharp and the lies turn mean. No angels here, no place to hide, just the reckoning walking side by side. Oh, I waited long in the dust and flame, carving every face into my name. And now the dark is holding still. For the moment, I collect my will. The barkeep froze with a glass half full, like he felt the pull of something cruel. A man in the corner didn't move a blink, just watched the night begin to sink. I said, you remember what you did that day? He turned away, but the fear stayed. And every shadow in that room started breathing like it knew its doom. A memory crawled through the smoke-filled air, a blood on wood and a prayer not there, of a man left dying in the rain while they left away the pain. Now I'm not the boy I used to be, I'm what survives the memory. And every ghost that calls my name will learn the meaning of the same. It's vengeance at midnight, cold and clean, where the truth cuts sharp and the lies turn mean. No angels here, no place to hide, just the reckoning walking side by side. Oh, I waited long in the dust and flame, carving every face into my name. And now the dark is holding still. For the moment, I collect my will. The first man stood with a trembling hand, said, you don't understand this land, but I've seen deserts swallow men whole, and I know the weight of a broken soul. A shot rang out, but I didn't flinch. Time itself seemed to twitch, and when the smoke finally cleared the room, was drowning in its own doom. One by one they tried to run, but the night had already begun. No door was open, no path was free, just consequence and memory. I don't feel anger like I once did, it's something colder that I've hit, a quiet storm without a name that doesn't burn, it just remains. And every face I used to know turns to ash in the afterglow. Like justice wears a different skin when the midnight lets it in. And fashions at midnight, cold and clean, where the truth cuts sharp and the lies turn mean. No angels here, no place to hide, just the reckoning walking side by side. Oh, I waited long in the dust and flame, carving every face into my name. And now the dark is holding still for the moment I collect my will. Now the town is quiet, too damn still, like it finally paid the final bill. The wind moves through what's left behind, like it's erasing every line. I stand alone where the story ends. No enemies, no friends, just silence heavy as the grave, and everything I couldn't save. Midnight fades, but the weight remains like rust that never leaves the chains. And I walk on through the fading light, still carrying vengeance from midnight. The sky turned gray before the fall, like it already knew it all. Smoke rose slow from distance in, carrying ghosts upon the wind. The air felt thin like breath could break. With every move the world would shake, and something burned beyond my sight, turning day into endless night. I stood where the old house used to be, just charred remains in memory. The walls were gone, the roof had caved, like nothing here had been saved. The ground was black where fire had fed on everything we ever said. And every step I tried to take kicked up the past in ash and ache. I found a frame without a face, just empty wood and empty space, like time itself had walked away and left the rest to slowly decay. And in the smoke I thought I heard a broken, half-forgotten word, like someone calling from within. The drifting ash upon the wind, its ashes on the wind, they never stay. They carry everything away. Every love, every sin, just ashes scattered in the wind. Oh, I reach, but there's nothing there, just fading traces in the air. And all I was and all I've been is blowing like ash upon the wind. The trees stand bare with blackened bones, like silent witnesses alone. Their branches stretch like pleading hands over this broken, burned out land. I hear the crackle in my mind of flames that left no trace behind, just echoes trapped in smoky air, things that used to still be there. A photograph half burned, half gone, still holds a moment I held on. But when I touch it, falls apart, like memory can't keep its heart. The wind don't care what it takes away, it steals the night, it steals the day. And every piece I try to save just slips into an unseen grave. Its ashes on the wind, they never stay. They carry everything away. Every love, every sin, just ashes scattered in the wind. Oh, I faces in the air, and all I was and all I've been is blowing like ash upon the wind. I see their faces in the smoke, in every curl, in every stroke. They rise then fade without a sound, like they were never truly found. A voice I knew drifts through the gray, calling me but far away. And I can't tell if it's a dream or something caught between the seams. The fire's gone, but still it burns in every place it once returned. Not in flame, but deep inside, where loss and memory collide. And maybe nothing really stays, it all just drifts and slowly fades, from solid ground to weightless air, till nothing's left of anywhere. And maybe we're just passing through, like smoke that never quite was true. A moment carved and torn apart by winds that scatter every heart. It's ashes on the wind, they never stay. They carry everything away. Every love, every sin, just ashes scattered in the wind. Oh, I reach, but there's nothing there, just fading traces in the air. And now I see what life has been, just ashes drifting in the wind. Now I walk where nothing grows, through fields of quiet, burned out roads. No past to hold, no future clear, just empty space that lingers here. And every step I take feels like I'm dissolving into night, becoming part of what has been. A trace of ash upon the wind. The wind still blows, it always will, across the ash, across the still. And somewhere lost yet never pinned, we fade away like ash in wind. Stand tall where the shadows sleep, where the roots run dark and the silence keeps every secret that the night can find. Buried deep where the light can't find. The wind moves slow through needle and bone, like it's whispering names it's always known. And somewhere lost between the lines, something waits beneath the pines. I took that trail past the broken sign, where the path fades out and twists with time. They said don't walk where the forest bends, 'cause that's where all the lost ones end. But I've been chasing what I can't explain, through dirt, through dust, through quiet pain. And every step I made that day felt like it pulled me further away. The trees grew thick, the light grew thin, like the world was closing slowly in. And every sound I tried to trace just echoed back without a place. I saw the ground where it sank just right, like it had swallowed up the night. And something deep beneath the skin told me not to look within. It's buried beneath the pines, where the truth won't stay, where the earth pulls everything away. Every lie, every crime, just fading now beneath the pines. Oh, I hear them calling through the ground, in every root and every sound. And the deeper I go, the less I find just what was buried beneath the pines. I found a shovel half sunk in clay, like someone tried to walk away, but left behind what they had done. When the digging finally was done, the dirt was loose, too soft, too wide, like it was breathing from inside. And every instinct in my bones said leave this place and go back home. But something pulled me to my knees beneath those ancient watching trees. And when Like every living thing it rushed to watch the moment I would see what waited there beneath me is buried beneath the pines, where the truth won't stay, where the earth pulls everything away, every lie, every crime just fading now beneath the pines. Oh, I hear them calling through the ground, in every root and every sound, and the deeper I go, the less I find, and just what was buried beneath the pines. I started digging with shaking hands through broken earth and silent land. Each inch I cleared, the colder it grew, like I was breaking something through. Then came the smell of rust and rain, of something lost that won't remain. And buried there beneath the soil was more than death, more than spoil. I saw a shape I couldn't name, not quite a body, not quite the same. And in that moment I understood some things are meant to leave the wood. The forest breathed, the roots held tight, like they were guarding something right. Not evil, not good, just bound to be a memory locked eternally. And every tree began to sway, not from wind but something say, like they were warning me to go before I learned too much to know. It's buried beneath the pines, where the truth won't stay, where the earth pulls everything away, every lie, every crime just fading now beneath the pines. Oh, I hear them calling through the ground, in every root and every sound. And now I know what I can't find is what I left beneath the pines. I don't remember leaving there, or how I made it anywhere, but sometimes in the dead of night I smell that damp and hear that sigh. The wind through trees ain't just the breeze, it's something speaking through the leaves. And every dream pulls me behind, back to the place beneath the pines. So if you walk where the tall trees grow, don't trust the things you think you know, 'cause once you hear that quiet sign, you'll be buried beneath the pines. The moon hangs low like a cracked white eye, watching the fields where the shadows lie. Corn stalks sway in a breathless wave, like something is walking between the graves. The wind don't move like it used to do, it drags its feet like it's passing through. And every sound in the midnight air feels like a voice that shouldn't be there. Took the road past Miller's land, where the soil runs black like burning sand. They said don't stop when the lights go dim, don't listen close or you'll follow him. But I was young and I didn't care, just chasing silence into a dare, with headlights cutting the choking green, like the world had forgotten what light could mean. The radio cracked with a broken hymn, like something was singing instead of him. And I swear I heard my name get said in a voice that crawled inside my head. I rolled the window down just a bit, and that's when the whole night started to shift. The corn leaned in like it knew my sins, and the whispers began again. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, soft like murder. Just whispers in the cornfield, swallowing me. I stepped out slow on the gravel road, where the air felt heavy, thick and slow. The corn stood tall like a watching crowd, silent but somehow screaming loud. Each stalk was bending just out of sight, like something was moving just beyond light. And footprints pressed in the muddy soil, like something had walked there without recoil. Then I saw a scarecrow standing still, wearing a coat that shouldn't be filled, but its head turned slow in my direction, like it was studying my reflection. And the wind said low in a shaking tone, "You should have never come here alone." The corn began to close behind, like it was erasing every line. And every step that I tried to take just led me deeper into the shade. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, soft like mercy but burning like flame. They say don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun, like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And the deeper I go, the less I see. Just whispers in the cornfield, swallowing me. I found a lantern hanging low, swung by a rope with a dying glow. It flickered words in a broken code, like it knew every path I chose. A figure stood where the roads divide, face half hidden, half alive. It didn't speak, it just stepped near, and suddenly everything went too clear. I saw my father, or what he'd been, before the fields got under his skin. He said, "Boy, don't trust what you hear at night. The corn don't give back what it takes in life." Then he faded into the grain, like he was never here again. Now the sky is a hollow drum, beating slow till the night goes numb. And I realize with a sinking breath, the corn is just what's left of death. Every whisper is just the past, trying to make a moment last. And every soul that's lost its way still walks these roads to this day. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, no mercy left, just endless flame. They say don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun, like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And now I know what the silence means. The cornfield remembers everything. I don't know how long I've been here now. The sky don't change, it just knows how to stay the same in a dying loop, like time got trapped inside the loop. The road I came on doesn't exist, just rows of green in the endless mist. And I hear my voice in the rustling grain, calling myself again and again. Maybe I was never outside, maybe I stepped into something that hides. And every whisper that let me in was just where I always have been. So if you pass where the corn grows high, don't trust the wind, don't question why. And if you hear your name on the breeze, don't follow it into the trees. Because the field don't sleep and it don't forgive, it only knows how the lost still live. And every stalk where the shadows spin, the whispers are waiting to pull you in. The light falls thin across the floor, like it don't belong here anymore. Every corner holds its breath, like it's waiting on something left. The walls don't speak, but they still live, and all the things they won't forgive. And every step I take feels slow, like I've been here long ago. Through the broken door, where I swore I'd go no more. The dust still hangs, the air still aches, with every choice a man can't shake. The mirror's cracked but shows too clear, a face I tried to leave last year. But time don't change what's underneath, it just lets it sink in deep. I hear the floorboards shift and sigh, like they remember every lie. And every shadow stretched too long feels like it knows where I went wrong. There ain't no place I didn't hide from the truth I kept inside. And every step I took to flee just brought the dark back close to me. Shadows don't forgive what you've done, they follow close, they never run. No matter where you try to go, they're in the light you think you know. I tried to outrun my past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I can't outlive leads me back where shadows live. The hallway bends the way it did back when I was just a kid. But now it feels too tight, too near, like it's closing in with fear. I pass the room where silence grew, from words I never followed through. And every mark upon the wall still stands to witness every fall. A voice calls out but not too loud, like it's wrapped inside a shroud. And though I know there's no one there, it feels too real to just be here. The dark don't scream, it don't accuse, it just reveals what you can't lose. And every truth I tried to shove still lingers where I couldn't love. Shadows don't forgive what you've done, they follow close, they never run. No matter where you try to go, they're in the light you think you know. I tried to outrun my past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I can't outlive leads me back where shadows live. In every shape the darkness calls, not faces clear, not forms I know, just pieces of what I let go. They don't reach out, they don't demand, they just remain where I still stand. A quiet proof I can't deny of every truth I let die. And in the stillness I can feel something far too sharp to heal. Not pain, not fear, not even grief, just something deeper than belief. And maybe shadows ain't the night, but everything we keep from light. Not evil, not some curse to lift, just truth we never learned to sift. And every step I took away just stretched them longer into day, till I became what I once feared, a man with nothing left but here. shadows don't forget, don't forgive, and every road I walk still gives back to the place where darkness lives. Now I don't run, I don't pretend, I walk with them until the end. No light to chase, no past to flee, just all that still remains of me. And if you ever feel them near, in quiet rooms or empty fear, don't turn away, don't try to live like shadows ever could forgive. The light fades out, the dark won't shift. It holds you close, it never drifts. And I remain where truth won't live, 'cause shadows don't forgive. The moon don't shine for mercy, it shines for what hunts beneath it. Frozen ground where the world goes quiet and the lost are found. Every shadow stretches like a living thing with teeth made of hunger and memories. I've been walking this ridge since the fire went out, with a heart full of questions and a head full of doubt. And the forest don't judge, it just waits and stares like it knows every sin a man carries there. I hear them moving in the dark, like the circle in my heart, waiting for the world to fall apart. We are wolves under the moon, we don't belong to light, born from the hunger of a merciless night. Every instinct pulls us closer to the edge, walking that thin line on a broken ledge. Yeah, we are wolves under the moon, no place to hide, with the wild running deep on the inside. And every step we take, we're consumed by the wolves under the moon. I saw your face in the reflection of the frozen lake, but it vanished like a promise that we couldn't make. There's a part of me still calling your name, but the echo comes back just the same. The wind cuts sharp like a memory blade of every wrong decision that I ever made. And I feel something watching from beyond the trees, like it's breathing in rhythm with me. And the silence starts to grow, like it already knows where the darkness goes. We are wolves under the moon, we don't belong to light, born from the hunger of inside of me. Every fear I face, every truth I consume turns to wolves under the moon. Yeah, we are wolves under the moon. Forever we roam through a world that we no longer call home, and the night keeps pulling us through. We are wolves under the moon. The moon don't judge, it just watches. And don't lie, just stay still, like it's waiting on a wheel. The wind cuts through like something sharp, through a quiet, beating heart. There's a weight I can't outrun, cold as steel, shaped like a gun. And every step I take feels proof. There's a bullet meant for truth. I walked into that dining town where every face was looking down. No one spoke, no one asked why, just empty streets and shuttered eyes. The saloon light flickered thin, like it didn't want me stepping in. But I pushed that door with steady hand, like I'd already made my stand. He sat alone at the far end, a man I used to call a friend. But truth don't stay where lies begin, and I could see it wearing him. Every word we left unsaid hung between us like the dead, and every breath we tried to fake felt like a choice we had to make. There's a bullet for the truth tonight, no wrong mercy, no wrong or right. Just one last line we can't undo, between what's false and what is true. Oh, I tried to bury what I knew, but it always found its way back through. And every lie I ever told leads to truth I can't withhold. He spoke my name like it still meant something more than what it spent. But in his voice I heard the break of something neither could remake. He said, you don't know what you've seen, but I've been living in between the man he was and what he's done, and everything we can't outrun. The room went still, the world went tight, like it narrowed down to just this night. And every eye that wasn't there still felt like it was watching there. My hand went low without a sound to the weight I always found. And in that moment, cold and clear, there was nothing left but here. There's a bullet for the truth tonight, no wrong or mercy, no wrong or right. Just one last line we can't undo, between what's false and what is true. Oh, I tried to bury what I knew, but it always found its way back through. And every lie I ever told leads to truth I can't withhold. His eyes met mine without a fight, like he'd been waiting for this night. No anger left, no need to run, just quiet acceptance of what's begun. I saw it then in his stare, not guilt, not fear, just something better, like truth had already taken hold before the story could be told. The silence cracked without a sound, this time itself slowed down, and everything we tried to hide stood there with nowhere left to slide. It ain't the gun, this one day when nothing left can be unspun, and truth stands still before the gun. There's a bullet for the truth tonight, and I can't tell the dark from light. Every line I crossed before leads me here to settle score. I tried to run from what I knew, but now I see it's always true. And every road I've ever run ends here beneath the smoking gun. Now the town goes back to sleep with secrets buried far too deep. No one asks, no one speaks, just quiet truths in hollow streets. And if you ever pass this way, don't trust the things they won't say, 'cause truth don't fade, it just waits behind a gun that hesitates. The night stays still, the echoes fade, but truth don't die where lies are made. And somewhere lost in what I've done still lingers that final gun. Hush now, don't you make a sound. The night is listening all around. The wind don't blow, it breathes in slow, where the lost and weary go. Close your eyes, don't ask me why. There's comfort in a lullaby, but not the kind you knew before. This one opens a different door. I heard it first when I was young, a song too soft to be well sung. No voice, no tune I could repeat, just something drifting through my sleep. My mother said, don't follow that, there's no road there that leads you back. But every night it called my name, until the dark and I were the same. It hummed through walls, through bone, through air, like something always waiting there. And every time I turned away, it pulled me deeper anyway. It ain't a song for the living ear, it's something only the lost can hear. And once it finds its way inside, it never leaves, it just resides. It's a dead man's lullaby I hear, soft as grief, but always near. No words to hold, no truth to keep, just something pulling me to sleep. Oh, I tried to fight, I tried to stay, but it keeps calling me away. And every note I can't deny is sung from a dead man's lullaby. I walk the fields where no one goes, where silence blooms and nothing grows. And there I heard it, clear as day, not loud, just close enough to stay. A figure stood where shadows bend, not quite a start, not quite an end. He didn't move, he didn't speak, but I felt something in me break. The song grew strong without a sound, like it rose up from the ground. And every breath I tried to take turned into something it would take. The sky turned pale, the world went thin, like I had stepped too far within. And every step I tried to flee just brought the lullaby I see their faces when I rest, not in fear, but something less, like memories without a frame, or voices stripped of every name. They don't reach out, they don't accuse, they just exist in hollow hues. And in their stillness I can feel a truth too quiet to be real. That this ain't death and this ain't peace, it's something in between. Release, a place where nothing fades or dies, just hums beneath the lullaby. And maybe I was always meant to hear the song that never ends, not as curse, not as grace, but as a path I couldn't erase. No fire, no dark, no heaven's call, just endless echo through it all. A melody without a start that settles deep inside the heart. It's a dead man's lullaby I hear, and now I know it brought me here. No need to run, no need to try, I've learned to breathe its quiet sigh. Oh, I don't fight, I don't deny, I let it sing, I let it lie. And every part of what I am now hums along that endless span. Now if you walk where silence grows and feel the air that no one knows, listen close but don't reply to the dead man's lullaby. 'Cause once it finds you in the deep, it won't just visit, it will keep a place for you where shadows lie inside that quiet lullaby. Hush now, don't you make a sound, the night is closing all around. A dead man riding through the smoke, a dead man riding through the smoke, a dead man riding through the smoke, with a heart to know and a soul long broke. A dead man riding through the smoke, no prayers left, no second hope, just the sound of hooves where the shadows flow. A dead man riding. Shut soft, but it called me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall like I was nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood still, my breath felt heavier than guilt. I said your name and lost its sound, just staring shadows all around. I waited for the world to speak, but nothing answered back to me. I spoke to silence after you left, and knew my sins and knew my regrets. The wind was humming through the broken pines, like it knew my name but forgot the time. with a pocket full of dust and no way back. Mama said, boy, don't trust that road. It takes your name and leaves your soul. But I laughed like fire in a summer storm, said I'd outrun every shape I was born. So I kissed goodbye to the porch light glow, and I followed where the wild winds go. The tires screamed on the gravel night, like they knew the truth I was trying to hide. Every mile felt just the same, like a loop confession without a name. I saw a preacher at a gas station light, said, son, you're drifting out of sight. But his eyes were hollow, his hands were cold, like he'd been driving this road too long to hold. This is a road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. I met a man with a rusted car, said he used to chase every falling star. Now he counts the cracks in his worn-out dash, like the memories that fade too fast. He said, son, don't trust the yellow signs, they lie in shadows and crooked lines. Every promise here is a buried lie, every goodbye just learns to lie. We shared a drink by the roadside ditch, where the water hummed like a broken switch. He said, I've been here since I don't know when, and I knew I'd see him again and again. The moon was a bruise in a tired sky as I watched my reflection pass me by, and it winked like it knew what I'd become, a ghost with a tank that's never full of sun. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. There was a town that I almost knew, with a church bell ringing through the blue, but the doors were locked and the windows cracked, like they'd seen too many souls pass by. A woman stood with a cigarette burn, said every traveler never learns. They think they're running from what they are, but they're just circling the same damn scars. She touched my hand and it turned to dust, like everything here forgets to trust. And when I blinked she was gone, like smoke, just a voice inside what the silence spoke. I tried to stop but the wheels won't break, they keep on dragging me night and day. The engine moans like a dying hymn, as the edges of the world grow thin. I see my house in the rearview glass, but it flickers like it was never my past. Just a trick of light, just a borrowed dream, slipping away at the seams between. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood still. My breath felt heavier than guilt. I said your name and lost its sound, just staring shadows all around. The wind cut sharp across the stone, like it's carving through the bone. No birds sing, no daylight wounds, just restless skies and coming storms. The hills stand tall like silent judges, keeping count of blood and grudges. And every step you take up here feels like something drawing near. And dread, with a price half paid and a past not dead. They said don't come if you've done wrong. These hills remember far too long. Cabins rock where the cold winds pass, with broken glass and brittle grass. And every door I passed that day looked like it turned its face away. A man I knew once crossed this line, swore he'd leave it all behind, but they found him cold beneath the shell, with empty eyes and a wordless tale. A voice came drifting through the ridge, like it followed every step I lived. Said you can climb, but you won't outrun what's been waiting since you begun. There's no mercy in these hills tonight, no wrong or right, just fight or flight. Every sin you tried to hide comes crawling out from the mountainside. Oh, I came to settle what I owe, but the land don't care, it only knows. And every path I try to take leads me back to my mistake. At the ridge's end, where the road gives up and the shadows bend, the door hung loose like a broken tooth, guarding nothing but the truth. Inside was still too still to trust, like the air itself had turned to dust. And on the wall, carved deep and wide, were names of those who never survived. Mine was there in jagged lines, like it had been carved before my time. And something deep beneath my skin told me I'd always belong within. The fire pit burned with no flame, yet still it whispered out my name. And every breath I tried to claim just fed the echo all the same. There's no mercy in these hills tonight, no wrong or right, just fight or flight. Every sin you tried to hide comes crawling out from the mountainside. Oh, I came to settle what I owe, but the land don't care, it only knows. And every path I try to take leads me back to my mistake. My mistake. Oh, I ran outside, but the hills had changed. The paths were gone, the sky deranged. The ground beneath began to shift, like it was closing every rift. ain't no law in rock and bone, no judge to say I'm not alone. Just ancient ground that knows your name and holds you to it all the same. And every step you think is free was carved long before you could see that some debts don't fade with time, they root themselves in dirt and crime. There's no mercy in these hills tonight, no wrong or right, just endless night. Every sin I've tried to hide now walks with me, side by side. Oh, I came to settle what I owe. Now I finally understand and know there ain't no road, no way to break from the shape of my mistake. Now I wonder where the red lines bleed, with nothing left but what I've been. No past to change, no truth to twist, just names carved deep in the mountain's fist. And if you ever climb this high and feel that weight you can't deny, turn back before you lose your will. There's no mercy in these hills. The wind still cuts, the silence stays. The wind still cuts, the silence stays. The wind cuts sharp across the stone, like it's carving through the bone. No birds sing, no daylight warms, just restless skies and coming storms. The hills stand tall like silent judges, keeping count of blood and grudges. And every step you take up here feels like something drawing near. I rode in slow through dust and dread, with a price half paid and a past not dead. They said don't come if you've done wrong, these hills remember far too long. Cabins rock where the cold winds pass, with broken glass and brittle grass. And every door I've passed that day looked. There's a fire burning low tonight, not in the dark but behind my eyes. The wind don't howl, it calls me close, like it remembers what I chose. Boots on gravel, slow and plain, every step echoes my name. And somewhere deep where shadows claim, I swear the devil knows my name. Is just something you never saw. My daddy said, boy, don't look back, but I learned young how to walk that track. First time I crossed that crooked line, felt something shift deep down inside. Not fear, not guilt, not even shame, just something cold that learned my name. The town went quiet when I passed through, like they all knew what I'd do. And every eye that met my stare looked like they'd seen me somewhere. There's a weight that don't let go once you walk that road below. And every sin I tried to tame just carved deeper in my name. The devil knows my name, 'cause it's slow from every place I shouldn't go. In every shadow, every flame, I hear him whispering my name. Oh, I've tried to run, but I can't outrun what I've become, what I've done. And every step along this road leads me back to what like he'd never done a single thing. He said, son, you've been expected here. Been walking this path year by year. I laughed it off, but deep inside I felt the truth I couldn't hide. He tipped his hat and stepped aside, said no need left to run or hide. And when I turned, he was just gone, but his voice kept carrying on. Now the night don't feel the same. It breathes and speaks my given name. And every road I try to claim leads back to that quiet flame. The devil knows my name, calls it slow from every place I shouldn't go. In every shadow, every flame, I hear him whispering my name. Oh, I tried to run, but I can't outrun what I've become, what I've done. And every step along this road leads me back to what I'm owed. I see my reflection change at night. Not quite wrong, not quite right. Like something's wearing my own skin. Learning slowly from within. The mirror cracks, but still it shows a man that no one really knows. And in his eyes I finally see the truth that's been chasing me. There ain't no deal I signed in ink, no moment I can clearly think. But every choice, every mistake was one more chain I helped to make. And now I hear it clear as day. Not far, not near, but here to stay. A voice that sounds too much like mine, drawing out that crooked line between the man I tried to be and what's been growing inside me. No fire, no throne, no grand design, just a quiet claim on what is mine. The devil knows my name, calls it slow from every place I shouldn't go. In every shadow, every flame, I hear him whispering my name. Oh, I tried to run, but I understand he never chased me, just took my hand. And every road I thought I chose was one he already knows. And now I walk where the night runs deep, where promises don't mean a thing to keep. No fear left, no need to hide, just something walking at my side. Maybe I was never free, maybe this is what I'd be. From the moment I first became a man, the devil knew by name. The wind don't howl, it speaks again, through dust, through fire, through every sin. And I don't ask, I don't defy, I just walk as the night goes by. Cause somewhere deep in flame and frame, the devil still calls out my name. Tracks hum low in the dead of night, like they're calling something out of sight. The station's empty, cold as stone, like it forgot it was ever known. A flickering lamp swings back and forth, like it's marking time without a course. And somewhere far a whistle cries from a train that never arrives. I bought a ticket from a man with no face. He didn't speak, just slid it my way. Said one way ride, no turning back, then disappeared into the black. The platform groaned beneath my feet like it knew who it was about to meet. And when the train came into view, it felt like something I already knew. No number mark, no destination sign, just rusting shadows down the line. And every window showed the same, a reflection I could not name. The door slid open with a hollow sigh, like something living had just passed by. And deep inside, a voice I feared said, "You've been expected here." It's the midnight train to nowhere, alright, where the past and the future collide. No place to stop, no place to stay, just endless track that fades away. Oh, I tried to leave, but I'm too far gone. Every mile keeps pulling me on, and the deeper I go, the less I care where this train goes, or if I'm there. The seats were torn, the air was still like time itself had lost its will. A woman sat across from me with hollow eyes that couldn't see. She whispered low, "You'll understand," as she reached out with shaking hand. But when I blinked, she was just gone, like she had never been there at all. The lights above began to fade, like they were afraid of what they made. And every face I thought I saw was just a shadow with no law. The wheels kept turning slow and grim, like they were grinding bone and sin. And every sound along the track felt like it was pulling me back. It's the midnight train to nowhere, I ride, where the past and the future collide. No place to stop, no place to stay, just endless track that fades away. Oh, I tried to leave, but I'm too far gone. Every mile keeps pulling me on, and the deeper I go, the less I care where this train goes, or if I'm there. The aisle through car to car, but every door led just as far back to the place I'd been before, like the train had no real core. A conductor stood in worn out black with a lantern dim and a crooked back. He tipped his hat but didn't speak, just pointed where the walls grew weak. I looked outside but saw no land, just endless dark like shifting sand. And in the glass I saw my face, slowly fading without a trace. And then I knew what this ride was, not where I'm going but what I was. Every choice I left behind, now carved into this endless line. No start, no end, no right, no wrong, just echoes stretched too long. A journey made of what I've been, rolling through the dark within. It's the midnight train to nowhere, I ride, where the past and the future collide. No place to stop, no place to stay, just endless track that fades away. Oh, I tried to leave, but I understand this train was never part of a plan. And now I see what I've become, another passenger on the run. Now I sit as the whistle cries, under never-ending skies. No sleep, no dream, no waking call, just movement through it all. And if you ever hear that sound of iron wheels on hollow ground, don't look too long, don't stay aware, or you might find yourself on there. The station waits, but not for me, just a ghost of what could be. And somewhere lost beyond the air rolls the train to nowhere.